Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you, as always, for your tweet. Do you know who's phoning me? Steve Nicol. Stevie, I'm not doing Extra Time. It'll be shouting about Alisson, definitely. It'll be like, what are those toppers talking about?
Should get him on at Extra Time.
No, because we don't know where he is.
Yes, that's a fair point.
Thank you. Shaka is here. Who else is here? I forget. Frank and Don, I think, join us as well to answer your tweets. Is this West Ham side better than any Shaka played in during his time with the club?
Let the season tell. Right now, I think this team is playing certainly as well as the 98-99 team.
What was the highest position? That
fifth. We finished fifth, 98-99. This team is playing every bit as well. No question in my mind at all. But it's a long old season, so we will see how the team fares. But
was Don in that 99 team?
No, I don't think Don was there for 99.
Makes sense if that was the highest finish for a while. Don, you didn't? Did you get relegated with them?
West Ham, no. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
I did. Yes, I did.
Let me just add, I didn't.
If West...
you jump ship by then.
I
jump ship.
My Glenn Roeder chose not to renew my contract. I went to Portsmouth. We got promoted. West Ham got relegated.
Oh, karma.
I don't know how that works.
Take that, David James. If West Ham get into the Champions League, will that convince Declan Rice to stay at West Ham longer, Don?
I think so, mate. Honestly, I really do. If they don't, I see teams like Liverpool. Chelsea will probably be the front runners to sign Declan Rice, who was there before, and Mason Mount's one of his best friends in football, and Chelsea are kicking on, European champions. But I don't see why not. If you're Declan Rice and you love the football club, and they obviously love him, he's a fan's favourite, he's a cult hero. If they make top four, I think he stays.
Does that make a difference if you've got a mate at the club, Don?
No, but it depends on the club that you're playing for. It depends if West Ham have got the ambition to try and finish top four. If they fade away and finish 5th or 6th or 7th, and then a team like Chelsea, who are European champions in a gigantic football club that you know are going to compete for titles, and your best mates there, it all plays into that sort of narrative where you go, why wouldn't I want to join Chelsea? But at the moment, I think he's happy at West Ham because the fans absolutely love him. He's got a great manager. He's captain of the football club. He plays every single week. And as I said, if they get top four and they get Champions League, that's huge for West Ham.
Don has got a massive man crush on Declan Rice. Where do you stand on him, Frank? And would people be as excited about him if he wasn't English?
Oh no, I'm really fan of Declan Rice. I think it was a big mistake for Chelsea to let him go because he's definitely a fantastic player. I agree with Don. You know, if West Ham goes to Champions League, he might stay. But the thing is, at the end of your career, you look at your resume and you look what you won in your while you were a football player and during your career. It's hard to say. But it's still fair to say that West Ham, I don't see West Ham winning the Premier League or winning the Champions League. So they will have to hire many players to do well first in the Champions League and maybe once soon for them, I wish them to win the Premier League. So at the end of the day, maybe even if they go to the Champions League, maybe Declan Rice might go to Chelsea because he wants to win the Champions League and he wants to win the Premier League. Now that's the question, is the only one we can answer.
Where do you guys think Manchester United would be right now, Don, if the board gave David Moyes more support instead of firing him?
I mean, not a million miles away from where they're at. I wouldn't have really had... I wouldn't have had Man United, even with David Moyes, how good of a manager he is. I wouldn't have had them any closer to Man City and Liverpool. They're streets ahead. They're light years ahead of where Man U are. I think the job that he's done has been incredible, and it's not just the players that he's brought in, it's the windows that he's had, Dan, to let players go. He's had players like Philip E. Anderson and thought, you're no good for the culture of this football club, off you go. Sebastian Haller, you're no good, you don't put a shift in, you don't work hard enough, we'll carry you, you're a passenger, off you go.
Oh, I like that. Where are they going over your shoulder, Don?
He's not working hard enough. Off you go. Off you go. Off you go. So it's the culture. It's the culture, Dan. You've got to work hard nowadays. Back in Shaka's day, in my day, you worked as hard as you possibly could for your team. But if someone let you down and you lost the game because the culture was different and you weren't really chasing top 4 or trying to win a title, there was always next week. David Moyes looks to the now, and you've got to play. You've got to play well to stay in his team. And I think for the opposition as well, I think they know if you're going to beat West Ham, they're not going to be an easy touch. You're going to have to work for your win.
Don, what is the percentage chance that the name of the new #1 club in Shaka's power rankings will rhyme with best jam?
I think that is extremely high. What are we looking, Shaq? 80?
I'll tell you what, of all my years doing this power rankings, this is the first week I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it.
Shaq, did you see my power rankings the other day? Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. I did, Don.
What did you think?
I don't at all feel threatened. Let me put it that way. That you're going to take my power
I thought I'd done well.
Just to confirm what we were talking about at the start, Steve Nicol was in fact phoning to be angry at all of you about Ogbonna's foul on Alisson.
Never a foul.
Apparently, Steve Nicol disagrees with you, Don. And if you give him a call afterwards, he will explain it all.
That's good to see he's watching.
I know. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful, Stevie. It's his wife's birthday. What a lovely treat. What a lovely treat for her.
What shall we do? Let's make shepherd's pie and watch ESPN.
There you are. Happy birthday, Eleanor. God. Putting up with Stevie for that long. Where are we going now? Don, what's the percentage chance of Arsenal finishing above United by the end of the season?
Ooh.
No, I don't see it. I would say, I know they're in good form, unbeaten in 10, and United are a little bit of a shambles, but they're still not bad, Man United. I would say the chances of them finishing above Man United would be 25%.
Oh, there you go. So what's the percentage? Do you think Brendan Rodgers can succeed at Manchester United, Frank, if he comes?
Of course, he's a fantastic coach. Will he? That's the concern that I have. The guy was a coach of Liverpool. Don't forget about that. So will he accept the deal? I'm not sure, but if he does, he will do well. He's very smart. He has a big thought about football, and I really enjoy, watching all the team that he's been coaching. So he's going to do well. He's going to do much better than we can see with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's for sure.
Frank, there's been people asking me about Zidane. I don't know why they're asking me, but whether or not he is the right man to come in at Manchester United. I know he maybe have eyes elsewhere. For example, the France job after the World Cup. Say they brought him in, what sort of effect do you think he would have on this club?
First, I don't see him coming for the reason that I don't see Zidane having a thought about a career plan, as we call it in France. Like you want to see all your time, being coaching, any team. I think it was a chance to do well with Real Madrid, and he picked and he went for it, but it wasn't a plan for him, and he was successful because he had all the players, and he had a thought, and he had a tactic, and he had, of course, a chance of doing well, and he did fantastically well. But, well, he will change lots of things, and the thing is, he will have all the players working hard for him. Being ready to die for him, which I think is not the case right now when I see some body languages for some players at Manchester United. When you are Zidane, you bring something into the dressing room that you can't even feel, you know? It's just there. All the biggest players, let's say Ramos, who won the World Cup, who won the European Championship, who won the Champions League. But when he sees Zidane, he sees the best, And I think it was the same for Johan Cruyff when he was in Barcelona, or Beckenbauer, when he was at Bayern Munich. That's those kind of former player we can bring into a dressing room.
And of course, he walks in with Champions Leagues and La Liga titles as well. From a Brendan Rodgers perspective, Don, where do you stand on this?
I would say Brendan Rodgers would suit probably Man City better than Man United, and when Pep does move on, I'm pretty sure he might be the first person they call. I'm not sure Man United fans would warm to Brendan Rodgers, as Frank said, just because of that Liverpool connection. He's a great manager, very, very good. But he's still got a little more to do to convince, I think, a club like Man United to take him on. So I would lean towards, if anyone's going to take him after Leicester, it might be Man City.
Blimey heck, Donny, his agent, publicist, where does that come from? If you're Manchester City, you can't go from Pep Guardiola to Brendan Rodgers.
Well, you can, because Pep is not going to last forever, and at some point he will move on, and who would be the natural fit to play their style of football? Brendan Rodgers.
Don't forget, though, that Don had Harry Kane going to Manchester City. So if I'm Brendan Rodgers and I'm really got my eye on that Manchester City job, and I hear Don link me with it, I'm like, I'm in Leicester for life now.
Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, who's getting relegated from the Premier League, Don?
Ooh.
Norwich.
Yeah.
Watford. And being a Newcastle fan,
You can't say Newcastle, Don. We're the richest club in the world.
who's going to go down then, Shaq?
I don't know.
Well,
Who's worse than us?
Don't play you Neville, Shaka. Don't
Burnley
play
are
you
not worse than
Neville.
us.
Don't play you Gary Neville.
West Ham are the richest club in world football, Frank. Not West Ham. Newcastle, the richest club in
Who am I
football
today? Don, who's the third team? Norwich, Watford.
I don't even know who's down there. I need to look at the table.
It's Norwich, Newcastle, and Burnley at the moment.
Well, I'd done Burnley-Chelsea yesterday, and Burnley they should have lost about 5-0.
Who's getting relegated, Don?
They got a point. I think I'm going to have to say Newcastle, Dan.
Wow.
Villa.
They sacked Dean Smith today.
So that means they can't go down?
Well, they're going to bring someone new.
So that means they can't go down?
Zidane. Zidane's walking in.
Yeah, there.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I won't believe that until I hear Don say it.
Okay, yes. Final question. Oh, this is for Frank. This is Frank in a mirror. For the crew, who was the best penalty taker you've played with?
Ooh.
Myself.
Yeah, you are. That was coming.
Yes. That's from Craig Bailey's anger manager.
The busiest man in the world.
There you are. Bye-bye.
The most underpaid man in the world.
No, Laurent Blanc was a good penalty shooter, and Zidane as well, a very good one.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Don?
I would have to say Jan Molby.
Oh, wow.
Whenever Jan took a penalty for Liverpool, never ever missed. Calm as you like.
How are you at Pens, Don?
I was all right. My record's not bad. I never
Frank's
changed
face.
from bottom left-hand corner. I was okay. I had a bit of whip. Check my record. It's quite good.
Yeah, there you go.
Shaka?
Dwight was good. Dwight York was very good. And Alan Shearer. Alan was good.
That's not bad. Not as good as Don, but not bad.
No, not as good as Don.
No,
Clearly.
Clearly.
But who is?
Good record.
Who is?
What is your record, Don, then?
Scored one penalty.
I've no idea. I just know it's good.
That's good. Thank you very much, guys. As always, much appreciated. ESPN
Call Stevie back. You have to call Stevie back now.
I don't need that on the drive home. Ian Dark, Craig Burley here to react to what happened this weekend. I imagine a bit of a conversation about Manchester United. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN+.